This is a CBC podcast.
Well, our birder is heading for Grand Manan this weekend. It's one of Alain Clavette's favorite places in the province. We've caught him on his way to talk about what he hopes to see and to get an update on some Scoter research he told us about last month. Hello, Alain.
Hello, Vanessa.
So you are en route to the island. What are you hoping to see there this weekend?
Warblers, and more warblers. It's the time of year, you know. It's when the palette of colors is really hitting the the canopies of the trees. You know, the warblers, the vireos, some thrushes. It's really the time of year when we don't know what to expect, and we've already had the mega rarity of the spring, which was that duck from Europe, that gargany that I talked about a few weeks ago in Neguac. So by now, you know, anything is good. I know a golden wing warbler is something that is always on our radar at this time of year. I have a birder here with me that's never seen one in New Brunswick, so he's still looking. Roger, my uncle Roger, is looking for that really badly. I've seen my golden wing warbler a good 25 years ago in New Brunswick, so if not more. So that would be if there's one that we have on our wish list, Vanessa, it's that one. But it's far-fetched. It's gonna be a hard one.
Well, fingers crossed that Roger gets a chance this weekend. We'll see. Now, I know you have an update on some Scoter research that you told us about last month. As I recall, you had kind of a contraption on your roof that was recording sound.
Yeah, Jake Walker, a biologist from Nova Scotia. I think he's affiliated with Acadiana University, but he's doing this research on sea duck migration. And yeah, this little audio moth is the name of the gizmo. It was on a post in my yard, and it was programmed to record at night. And this is what it recorded. Actually, Jake sent me. Now, Vanessa, it's at night, and these ducks are flying up in the sky. So, of course, the sound is going to be a little bit muffled up. So you're going to have to listen very carefully, but you can hear their wailing sounds as they fly over my house. This was recorded just after midnight on the 6th of April by the audio moth that was deployed in my yard.
My goodness.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah, pretty cool. So what are we hearing there?
So we hear the wailing sounds of black scoters, and they are a sea duck that are crossing probably between the Bay of Fundy and the Northumberland Strait. Now, there was others that had that little gizmo in their yard, and it's still there, by the way. It's still recording. I actually talked to Jake Walker this week after he sent me the sample. I was kind of excited that it recorded so well, because at one point we even hear a ruffle of wings. Like, that's how low these ducks were flying, you know, close to my house. And I asked Jake, where are these black scoters right now?
Well, I think most of them right now are in the St. Lawrence estuary. There's still a few down in the Bay of Fundy, but most of them have already crossed over land. And I think they were in Chaleur Bay for a while, but I think most of those ones have moved on already too. So yeah, I think they're at the mouth of the St. Lawrence River.
So remind our listeners, devices like the one that was in my yard that recorded what we heard earlier, you had several of those deployed, right?
That's right. Yes, I shipped out 65 of them all over New Brunswick. They were set to record from civil twilight in the evening all the way until dawn. So yeah, they recorded all night, pretty much every night. And so the snip of the recording I sent you, that came, I think it was around just around midnight, a little bit before midnight. So yeah, I haven't had a chance to listen to all the recordings because there's thousands of them. But what I have seen at the sites that have lots of SCOTUS is that they're crossing land pretty much all night long, from dusk all the way until dawn. I think it went pretty well for the most part. The biggest challenge was the battery life on these audio moths. Early in the season, in early April, when it was still cold, the batteries only lasted about half the expected battery life. So for about 12 nights at a lot of the sites. So that was a bit unexpected. So people had to change the SD cards and the batteries much sooner than expected this year. So right now I'm working on training the classifiers for detecting SCOTURs automatically in these calls. So there's a few sites that I was pretty sure we're going to have lots of SCOTURs, one of which was your house. And so I've been annotating those recordings by just marking all the SCOTUR calls in those recordings. And then I'll feed that into some classification software that'll go through and pick out all the SCOTUR calls in the other recordings.
Okay, so now you have to use a good track of recording to train a software so that software will do the rest of the job on all of the other recordings.
Yes, that's right.
That's super interesting. Anyways, Jake, thank you so much for the update. And I suppose that at this point you will be collecting all the audio moths back, right?
That's right. Yes, we have them recording through the end of May, so maybe another 10 or 11 days or so, and a bit into June. So we're hoping to capture other birds other than SCOTURs as well. So all the songbirds that are coming back, all the warblers and thrushes are right in the peak of their migration right now. So we should have a really great data set on those birds as well.
That's fascinating. Jake Walker, thank you so much for your time today, and keep us posted, please.
Sure thing. Thanks, Alain.
So there you go, Vanessa. The thing is still recording. I will be sending the audio moth and the last memory card and all that to Jake in, I think it's 2 weeks from now. In the meantime, the thing is still recording. I don't hear any ducks going by anymore, like he said. He's hoping mostly now for songbirds, but still interesting to be taking part in a research project like that with other people doing the same thing in New Brunswick.
Yeah, kind of fascinating. Now, before we let you go, I know you were thrilled to find a nest of eastern phoebes at your place not long ago, but I understand things have changed a bit there. What happened?
Yeah, wah, wah, wah. She left, Vanessa. I don't know if it's because I free range my chicken more. My chickens are free range every day. Maybe it's because she was not at ease seeing these big dinosaurs walking. Although they're birds, I don't see why she would have been deranged by the chickens. But and I say that to a lot of people, don't feel bad if a bird starts nesting in your yard. At my sister's place, it was a robin that did the same thing. After laying eggs in the nest, the kids were all excited, and then poof, the mom robin disappeared and left the nest and the eggs there. Birds do that a lot. Songbirds will build a few mock nests, and at the last minute the female will decide to lay eggs in one, maybe two of them, and then she'll say, okay, this one is the more secure one and that's the one I'm going to keep. So don't feel bad if that happens in your backyard. It just happened in mine this week.
Oh, well, can't win them all.
No, for sure. And they're nesting somewhere else in the area, I'm sure.
Yeah. Listen, thanks so much, Alain. You have yourself a terrific weekend.
Oh, it's going to be a nice one for birding. Happy birding, everyone.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye now.
Alain Clavette is our birder, and he joins us every Friday at this time. Alain has sent a photo of some flying SCOTURs. If you'd like to see that, you'll find that on our Twitter feed. Our handle there is @ShiftNB.
For more CBC podcasts, go to cbc.ca/podcasts.